would stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hi, everyone. I'm sure has reviewed the agenda. If you have no questions or changes, then I would entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, and Ms. Swing, I'll turn it over to you.
Madam Chair, I move that the board convene into closed session pursuant to section 2.2-3711A1 to discuss the appointment, resignation, and retirement of employees of the school board. Section 2.23711A number 2 for consideration of matters that would involve the disclosure of information contained in a scholastic record concerning any student of any Virginia public institution of higher education or any state school system. However, any such student, legal counsel, and if the student is a minor, the student's parents or legal guardians shall be permitted to be present during the taking of testimony or presentation of evidence at a closed meeting. If such student, parents, or guardians so request in writing, and such request is submitted to the presiding officer of the appropriate board, as well as section 2.2-3711A number 8 to discuss consultation with legal counsel employed or retained by a public body regarding specific legal matters requiring the provision of legal advice by such counsel. Nothing in this subdivision shall be construed to permit the closure of a meeting merely because an attorney representing the public body is in attendance or is consulted on a matter. And finally, section 2.2-3711A number 29 to discuss the award of a public contract involving the expenditure of public funds, including interviews of bidders or offerers and discussion of the terms or scope of such contract, where discussion in an open session would adversely affect the bargaining position or negotiating strategy of the public body.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And we're in closed session. And a second?
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, and Ms. Swing, if you would certify that closed meeting.
Madam Chair, I certify that only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements by Virginia law, and only such public business matters as were identified in motion by which the closed meeting was convened, were heard, discussed, or considered in said meeting by this public body.
So that's considered a motion, Carrie, or do we need a motion in addition to that?
That's a motion.
Okay, all right. Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, during closed session, I need a motion to, that we approved Student Matters 1.0,
So moved.
and a second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I need a motion that we approved Personnel Matters,
So moved.
and a second.
Aye.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, and we had no tuition students, so. You ready?
Perfect. I'm ready.
Okay.
All right, this is the best time of the meeting. This is School and Student Showcase, and we have lots of showcases tonight, and we're going to get through those. Everyone's going to get their due. We're going to move really quick. We're going to start with Mr. Keister, principal at McCarg Elementary School. This is his month to bring us up to date on all things McCarg. Mr. Keister, you have a guest?
He does.
Oh, she's mic'd up. Nice.
On top? Are you playing a trick on me? Oh, it's on. Okay. All right. So, yes, I brought one of our lovely second graders tonight. This is Lillian Rutherford. She is going to talk to us a little bit about the start of school and some of the activities that our second graders have been participating in. So, Lillian, and here in just a minute, we're going to have a special guest on the TV, but I'm going to let Lillian go ahead and get started.
Hello, my name is Lillian Rutherford. I am in Mrs. Winsky's second grade class at McCarg. It has been a very good start to the year. Miss Winsky is a very good teacher and makes learning fun. I really enjoy school because of my friends, learning about bald eagles, and of course lunch. Second grade has been really busy so far this year. Last month we went on a field trip to the high school for Whale Day. It was really fun. We were able to walk through a life-sized whale. High school students taught us a lot about whales. Did you know they can hold their breath for an hour with lungs that can hold up to 1,320 gallons of air? They also use activities like tug-of-war. We also had visitors from Jamestown, Yorktown Fountain, who has a presentation about the Powhatan Eastern Wilderness Indians that were able to see and touch artifacts like deer fur, deer bones, and old rocks. They even let us put on clothing that was made of deer fur. We were supposed to see the Nutcracker at Virginia Tech this past Thursday, but snow decided to change our plans. For Halloween, McCarg hosted a trick-or-treat trail. It was also a really fun event. I dressed up as a scarecrow. There were activities for us to do. The teachers were all dressed up, and the best part about it was the candy. Now we would like to show a special message from Coach Bob.
All right, so we do have a special friend that's going to help us out, Coach Bob. Coach Bob joins us on our morning announcements every morning, and our theme this year is a sports theme. That's why we call him Coach Bob, and he gives us motivational tips, just like some of these athletes that are behind us, and help us to be good teammates throughout the year. So, Mr. Dye, if you could show us the first video, please. Maybe with a little bit of sound. Oh, man.
Can you do a voiceover, Mr. Keister?
Not for Coach Bob, I can't. All right, we'll come back to that in just a second. We've got a little bit more to talk about. So this past weekend, can you tell us what happened this past weekend at McCarg?
This past weekend, McCarg hosted a honorable Santa breakfast. Of course, Santa and Mrs. Claus were both there, but we also had other special guests this year. This year we had the Grinch, Cindy Lou Who, and Olaf, just to name a few. Not only did we get to see all of the special guests, they were hot. There was a hot breakfast, crafts. We could write letters to Santa, and we got a free book.
And so we also have another video here in just a minute. Hopefully we get to see. And our video is actually, we're advertising the Santa breakfast since this meeting was supposed to happen last week. But we thought we would still show it anyways, because a little bit about Coach Bob. He is, as you could see, he's an AI generated Bobcat that again is on our morning announcements each morning. Our STEM Tinker Tank teacher, Miss Church, has put this together this year, and she's done a really good job. And I think it's a hit with all the kids. So, Mr. Dye, all right, we got. We had a tour through the school not too long ago, and we had a snag. Those of you guys that came through, Coach Bob was supposed to join us then too, and we had a little snag with that. So, Coach Bob he's very elusive. He's been working on his athletic ability, moving in and out quickly. Yeah, just shy in front of the crowd.
Bobcat greetings.
It's not going to happen.
Okay. Well,
But he looks very cool.
well, thank you. Mr. Dye, if you want to just let it run, we do have some pictures from the Halloween trick-or-treat trail.
Everyone,
Dr.
it's
McDaniel,
me,
it's not the
Coach
television,
Bob.
right? I mean, it's-
I'm absolutely thrilled to share some photos from an incredible night at McCarg. It was so much fun, and it's still making my tail wag and my paws tingle. On October 21st, we transformed McCarg into a magical trick-or-treat trail, and it was an absolute blast. Our hallways were buzzing with excitement as our amazing
Mr. Dye's going
students
under
and
the
their
hood.
families came dressed in the most creative costumes you can imagine. They weren't just collecting candy, though there was plenty of that. Our trail was filled with fantastic reading challenges, tricky math games, and everyone even got to take home a new book. It was a night packed with learning, laughter, and so much community spirit. We captured some truly great moments, and I'm so excited for you to see the
So
joy
Coach Bob,
and
he
engagement
talks to
on
the kids every
everyone's
morning,
faces.
correct?
Yes, every morning on the announcements. So we do have two
Really
students,
show the heart and soul of our McCarg family
anchors,
and how much
along
fun we
with
have when we
most of the
come
time one of
together.
the administration
So without
join
further
in,
ado,
and
let's
then
take
Coach
a peek
Bob
at the
finishes up our
memories
morning
from our
announcements, and
trick-or-treat
like I said,
trail.
gives us
Get
some
ready to
tips to
smile.
be good Bobcats, good athletes, good students. And as you can see here, are some of our pictures from trick-or-treat trail.
Are you the rep?
I am the ref. It seems fitting for a sports theme. Lillian, you said you were a scarecrow, right? We had over 700 people come through the doors that night, so I would say it was a very successful event in about an hour and 15 minutes. Again, that's put on a lot by our title team, so our title team puts a lot of effort into that, and it's become a big event. So. Thank you, Mr. Dye. We appreciate that. Well, if we get the show working a little bit later, maybe we can show it. But again, it's been a busy start to the school year. Second graders have been very busy. They've got a lot of stuff coming up here too. I know they're looking forward to our winter break here. Everybody's counting down the days. I think Mr. Freeman told me today it was 70 hours, so we're probably down to 66 now. Is that what we're? 67, 67, somewhere in there.
Hello, family.
So, Lillian, do you have anything else you want to say? All right. Well, thank you guys. We appreciate it. Do you guys have any questions for us?
Thank you, Lillian.
Thank you, Mr. Keister. All right, up next, we would like to recognize this year's Class 2 All-State volleyball team and state champions. So if you would, please rise and come join us up front so we can recognize these ladies who've had a remarkable year. While they're taking their place, I do want to recognize that Maddox Adam was the Class 2 Volleyball Player of the Year, and Karen Adams was the Class 2 VHSL Coach of the Year. So Maddox Adams was on first team for All-State, Jalen Holt also first team, Brianna Dobbins first team, and Lillian Joyce second team All-State. So at this time, would you all please give a great round of applause for our state champion volleyball team. I don't know if you had a chance to watch these ladies in action, but they were a lot of fun to watch. It was Spike City. I could just imagine taking a whop upside the head from some of these spike machines here. It was quite the display of talent.
And Dig City.
Digging and all those other things. It was great. You guys were a lot of fun. Where's Coach Adams? Is she up here?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. It was nice. It was a very nice season. We appreciate all your hard work.
I'll go see these young ladies. They work hard.
Well, you had a great year. So congratulations again. Thank you all. We also had we have an athlete that's joining us now from the cross-country team, Cora Mosby. Will you come up front? Sorry, you don't have a big team with you, but oh, this will work. This will work. Yeah, you can. So Cora finished fourth in the state 2A cross-country event. So we want to congratulate her on a remarkable accomplishment. sounded like breaking news.
I forgot to tell her.
Yeah, for me to run cross-country, there'd have to be somebody chasing me, or something. Next up, if Mr. Hunter Christ is here with us tonight, we'd like to welcome him and his coach, Robert. Hunter Christ had a great year in golf. He finished 4th in the state in 2A golf, so congratulations to Hunter Christ. You got some Hunter highlights?
I've been coaching golf for, this is my 15th season. Never seen a kid have a season quite like Hunter did this year. I mean, he went under par 5 times, went under 73 times. Have I got the numbers right? I mean, he was on all year. And then the state tournament, Mr. and Mrs. Chris can attest to this, wasn't the best day, but you worked your tail off all day to shoot even par. So I couldn't be more proud of you. I know your teammates are proud of you. So this is look forward to next year.
Right on. Good job, Hunter. So do you have to carry your own clubs? Oh, man. Coach Roberts, can we not do something about a golf cart maybe, or a?
If they'll let us, sure.
Okay. Fair enough. Congratulations. Thank you both. It doesn't come along very often, but from time to time we do have folks that, for whatever reason, need to leave us mid-year. And this year, we would like to recognize Miss Lori Kyle and Mr. Abd Afifi. As retirees, both of them had very long and storied careers here for RCPS. The problem is that they were both planning to be here last week, but when we moved the meeting, they weren't unable to be here with us. But we had refreshments and we have lots of departing gifts for them that we will deliver somehow to them. But I just wanted to recognize Lori Kyle and Abd Afifi as some really meaningful employees here at RCPS that will be sorely missed, and we wish them well on their retirement. Also, Teachers of the Year were recognized last week. The one day we had in school last week, Dr. McDaniel was busy delivering the news and some flowers to these folks. So we're going to have a much bigger party for these folks in January. But I just wanted to recognize our Teachers of the Year from each school. McCarg Elementary School was Ringlet Dobson.
Bobcat.
From Bell Heath, it was Maddie Shepard. John Dalton Intermediate, Shannon Ferguson. And from Radford High School, Nicole Sykes. So congratulations to those 4 folks for being Teacher of the Year. If you'll recall, last year Radford's Teacher of the Year went on to become the Region 7 Teacher of the Year. And so we look for nothing less from one of these 4 folks this year. So all very capable, but congratulations. And again, we'll have a bigger to-do for them in January. And announce our Division Teacher of the Year, which will come from one of those 4. So I've been mathematically eliminated, but maybe next year. And that, in a buzzsaw type of way, is my school and student showcase. Not even my report yet.
All right, so we moved to the public hearing for 26-27 school budget.
Thank you all.
And do we have people sign up for that? I wasn't sure. All right, and I see one person signed up, and that is Mariah J., who is our REA representative.
As she said, I'm the REA representative for Mariah Muche. I'm over at Bell Heath, and I kind of represent a lot of the teachers. I did send out a budget survey recently to our teachers, and I wanted to kind of share the results of them to you, of what we think our teachers are most important to them going into our budget season.
Pull that microphone down.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for wanting to listen. But I sent out a survey, and I'm going to share some of the results with you of what they think is most important. The first is compensation. We want to continue the raises that we've been seeing over the last several years. It has been very kind to us, and we want to continue seeing that, not just for SOQ positions, but all positions across, so staff and teachers. The second thing that we saw was special education supports. We know everyone that goes into that is so important to serving our students, including paraprofessionals. They did cite that you guys had approved a retirement funding. Still can't do the work because it's not through VRS. Yes, in March. So we're really excited to see that retirement offer for our paraprofessionals. We would like to keep them and retain them so that we have the same people working with us day in, day out with these kids, really supporting their needs. The third was that students' mental health needs are growing. So if possible, we love the NRVCS services that we provide for them. We know now more than ever is very important for them to keep that. And then we also saw that facilities are kind of in need. We've got a beautiful facility in McHarg. Bell Heath is very nice. We've seen a little bit more into the secondary facilities are in need of some support there, some building remakes. And then just classroom support. Our pre-K and aides and assistants down in the lower elementary schools. We're seeing a lot of needs there. We love the Head Start program that we've done with Head Start. We want to see that continue, expand if possible, get these kids ready for kindergarten, and then make sure we're supporting them within kindergarten, that those teachers feel like they have enough hands on deck for all the little ones. And then the biggest thing is that they feel like teachers are really being heard and you guys are open to our needs and that we feel like you guys are listening. And we really appreciate that you guys are willing to hear us out. I mean, you guys are actively taking notes. I know you guys care about our teachers and our staff and everyone in our buildings. And we want to continue that, not just here, but through the city level, through the state level. I know some of our hands are tied in funding through the city and through the state. So I just want to thank you for taking the time to listen. And if you have any additional questions or comments, please feel free to reach out to me. I know I only get 2 to 3 minutes up here, but I can always get you more information, how our teachers feel, what is needed. But thank you.
I didn't actually set a timer since you're the only one, but that's fine. Thank you. Do you have anything else?
Lots of things. I did meet with Dr. Joyce already and Melissa McDaniels. I think we're just kind of waiting on what the governor budget's going to be. But we really appreciate how supportive our Radford schools are. You guys seem to really care about what we say, what we do. You have open doors. I know I can email. And that it's everybody. It's every student every day. It's every teacher, every paraprofessional, custodians, cafeteria staff, front office staff. It's not one, it's everyone. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. All right, let's look at our consent items. If there are no questions about anything, I would like to hear a motion to approve those consent items as they are presented.
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Consent items are approved. And I guess that was our only public comment, really, was that budget comment. We don't have anyone else signed up. There weren't any? Okay, all right. Okay, so I will move to you, Dr. Joyce.
Thank you very much. First up on my report this evening is I would like for Dr. McDaniel to come to the podium and tell us a little bit about the new cut scores that were approved by the Board of Education, as well as the timeline that goes with those cut scores. And we have somewhat breaking news from the DOE as far as our accountability. So, Dr. McDaniel.
So we'll start with the cut scores because that was a hot topic in the last couple of months at the Virginia Board of Education. So we wanted to let you know what they decided in their last meeting. There we go. So in their fall listening sessions, they listened to 5,600 Virginians, gave some sort of input through that time period, and they did decide that 2025-2026 school year will be a preparation year, and there will be no changes implemented in the spring as they originally said. So we thought those new higher cut scores were going to go into effect in the spring. So that is not going to happen this year. Instead, they have affirmed a multi-year phased approach. So they also want to look at the school performance and support framework results when they're released, which they are now, which is why I'm giving you this other information shortly. They'll review the impact on, particularly on high school students. So a little more information on the 4-year phased approach. Okay. So again, like I said, this year's a preparation year. One thing they included was an approaching category. So it's between the pass and the fail basic category, or what used to be fail basic. So it means they're gradually increasing those cut scores. So if you get in that approaching category, they're going to be counted as passing scores. They'll still be slightly higher than our cut scores for passing this year. But so it's just going to be a gradual increase. So those scores will be counted as passing on all reading, math, and end-of-course assessments until we get to the full implementation stage. And like I said, they're going to gradually increase those scores each year. So any student retaking an SOL must meet the passing requirement that was in effect at the time of their original test. And that's really more for high school students because, as you know, you have to pass both the class and the SOL to get your verified credit. So let's say a 9th grader takes Algebra 1 and they don't pass, and the cut score at that time is 425. They're still going to have to meet that 425, even if they retake that test the next year after retaking the class or remediation or whatever. They're still under whatever the cut score was for passing at the time they originally took the test. Does that make sense? And the next part of the 4-year phased approach, students who have already earned the verified credit on a high school end-of-course assessment will keep that. They're not going to be required to be assessed at the higher level later on, so they'll still have their verified credits. And they are going to release revised assessment reports in this coming spring for parents and school divisions that clearly communicate the new proficiency levels and what supports are going to be coming out. So they're going to be looking for that in the spring. They noted that they expected a motion that would allow all current high school students to follow the old cut scores, but no motion occurred, so that did not happen. And of course, you know, with new administration coming in, we could see a few other changes. We don't know. That's what we're dealing with right now. Any questions on that part? Clear as mud? Okay. So, and then the fun part. So, we do have our final results for accountability, and we could not be more proud of our students and our teachers and our administrators. So, we're going to go through each school just briefly. And they did do a little bit of rounding because we, Miss Lane had stayed on top of this. Her calculations were quite accurate, but in the end, they did round up just slightly. So for Bell Heath and McHarg, and of course McHarg scores are also based on whatever Bell Heath students score, because as we know, McHarg does a lot of that preparation, getting those students ready. So their final score was 86.1, so they were in the on-track range. So you can see it's pretty hard to see down there at the bottom, but you can see the ranges for the distinguished on-track, off-track, and needs intensive support. So those are the 4 categories that they could fall into. And then for Dalton, they are also on track. Look how close they are, 89.2. One more point would have gotten them up to that distinguished range. So we're really proud of them, all the different progress they made. And I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about that in just a moment. And then, drum roll, Bradford High School did earn the distinguished category, and we're extremely proud of that. I think a lot of the work that went into our improvements in the 3 E's, which is that employment, enlistment, and enrollment category. It used to be the CCCRI, which we talked about before. They really earned a lot of points, had worked really hard through our administrators and teachers and everyone else to get that. So their final score was 95.4. So we're really, really proud of that score. And then just recently, just days ago, we got some results from the state, and I actually have an additional report to hand to each of you that I've highlighted. This is a regional report, sorry, and we are so proud of Radford City. And on the first page of the report, this isn't in my slides, but you'll see all the schools just numbered. They're just randomly numbered there. And we are one of 3 schools that have no schools or 3 divisions out of the whole region that don't have any schools in the off-track or needs intensive support range. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Because that means everyone is doing a great job here. We don't have any schools that are in that category. So I've highlighted all those areas. So, and then if you'll keep going and look, Radford just shows up all over this report for the region. For McCarg Elementary and Bell Heath, they were noted to be in the top 5, well, actually the top 2 spots of the entire region. They only did a top 5 list for all of these categories. So we were in the top 2 spots for English learner progress. Our teachers have worked really hard. Of course, Ms. Jordan, working with all of them too, has worked really hard to help those students make that kind of progress. And so we're really, really proud of that. The next accolade that we received was for Dalton Intermediate. And Dalton Intermediate was number 2 for all middle schools in Region 7. So we're really proud of that too. So that was that next page. I know you're trying to look at both of these. That's an overall score for all of these total points. But specifically, Dalton was in number 2 for mastery in reading, and they were number 2 in mastery for growth and mastery in reading, and then for growth in math, we were number 4. So again, I think this is a pretty big deal, and we just really want to shout it from the rooftop what a great job everyone is doing there. So those are all of the accolades that we received from our region, and these are posted on the VDOE website, each region, so you can look at that. But we have met or exceeded all federal expectations in all subgroups. So we just really want to praise our teachers, our students, our families for their support, and the whole community at large for the hard work to get us to this point. So I think they all deserve a big shout out. Do you have any questions about that? No, we're really proud.
I think the bottom line here is that, thank you, Dr. McDaniel, is that, we met our SOL expectations as far as being accredited. Well, then they switched it on us and called it something different. But I think good teaching is good teaching. And so no matter what they want to call it or how they want to measure it, our students and our teachers always rise to the occasion. So as you see there, we're highlighted all over Region 7, and we couldn't be more proud. So we wanted to make sure that folks were aware of that. All right, next up, Radford City Schools would like to implement an in-house school bus driver training program. This proposal would address compensation for driving students in that training. And I'd like to welcome to the podium Mr. Michael Grimm, our Director of Operations, to elaborate. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, everyone. So we're always in the need of bus drivers, and the best way to get them is to train them yourself. So that is our goal. We, back in September, set up Gracie Duncan to do the driver training piece. Gracie's been driving for us about 18 years now. She is certified to do that. We actually have started our first class with 3 candidates. They've already put in, 24 hours of class time going through that. One of the candidates already quickly went and took the test and has passed that. That is the CDL Class B, air brakes, passenger endorsement and school bus endorsement, all the paper tests takes about an hour to take all those. And now, as soon as we get DMV to do things as quickly as we want to process all that paperwork, we can start the behind the wheel pieces. That's additional minimum of 6 hours for each of those candidates. And then hopefully we can have them tested by the first of the year, because we can use time over break to hopefully get some of the training in while buses are free. Candidate drivers do not transport students. They will not drive with students in our vehicles, specifically the school buses. And then we can hopefully have more people on board. Everyone pretty much comes in wanting to be an activity driver. It's a lot of responsibility to take on, so we slowly break them into the idea of, now that you understand the vehicle, how would you like to have 60 kids behind you, all by yourself? So we don't throw that on them real quick, but we've already gotten 3 candidates through. I have an additional 2 people who may be applying to do activity drivers as well, so we can run another course in the spring. We have sent invitations out to get as many people, others in this as possible, so that we can have a large pool of drivers. We have very competitive pay rates, so we think this will be a pretty successful way to do it. And we know that turnover is a possibility, so we want to be prepared if that should come about in the summer. I think we're well on our way already, so it's been very successful so far. So I appreciate this opportunity. It basically is allowing us to pay to train the candidates. It's a slightly lower rate than it is to be a bus driver, because they're not a bus driver yet, so they get paid at a slower rate than that. And then once they're successful, their pay rate goes up once they've completed the assessment and get all the state trainings in and receive their license. Another piece of that as well. I think I just forgot what I was going to say. I blame you, Carrie. But yeah, there we are. So that we can compensate folks as they get through it. So here was that piece. We do ask that they do provide us at least 30 hours of paid driving throughout the next calendar year from the date that they got that, as sort of a reimbursement to us for putting that training in place for them, which is really not too much to ask. I think that's like 2 cross-country trips by the time you look at the length of day that's involved with that. So we hope to be very successful with that, and already looking forward to doing another training probably in March or May.
I do want to say Mr. Grimm also had a great idea. He reached out to the city to offer this training to any of their folks that may need a CDL training. So I thought that was a good way for us to work together to help them with whatever drivers they may need, and to also help keep our training program, get it off the ground.
And that was just not necessarily to recruit city employees as drivers, but also give them the ability to drive the vehicles that they have within the city that require a Class B license as well. So I have not heard much back yet, but we'll keep throwing that offer out there.
Will we offer it to other school divisions?
We possibly could. We could also possibly look at doing it for a slight fee, which is what we had to pay in the past to send our students almost an hour away to get them trained. So there is a possibility we could do that.
I was going to ask if we would have the same requirement for the 30-hour investment, or could that be substituted for a stipend or fee that they chose to pay? So it sounds like you answered that, so appreciate it.
Yep.
Okay, any questions? Thank you.
Yeah. And I guess I'm not going way.
Yeah, don't go too far.
Don't go far.
Because Mr. Grimm's also going to update us on our RFP for our updated facility study.
I'm sure you all read this because it's riveting. Actually, probably in pieces. This is a request for proposals that we would like to put out as early as this Friday. It is a school facilities needs assessment. We know we have items across all of our campuses that need updated. We just need a little assistance to tell us where our greatest priorities are. One of these reports was done about a decade ago, and the interesting thing about that is nothing has aged well in the last 10 years. So this may be more encompassing. We always can't determine that on our own, so we need some assistance figuring those pieces out. We are looking at every campus we have, including this building itself. We just need to figure out where our improvements can take place and kind of move forward. So we're hoping to get this out. The timeline we currently have is the release date would be this Friday the 19th. A mandatory pre-proposal conference on Tuesday, January 13th, where all organizations, groups who would be interested in it need to meet with us in that evening, probably, or that morning here in this room. Inquiry deadline, because there are always questions that come out of that, is January 22nd. Proposed due date is the 26th if we don't need to make any amendments. Initial committee review is the 28th, and then we will be asking certain offerers to come in and make presentations to us to make any clarifications that we need for that. We'll send out invitations to that as well, and then we'll have a final committee review, hopefully by February 4th. Very drawn-out process, but we didn't want to shove everything in before break, so we kind of drug our feet a little bit before winter break so that we would have the time and give each of the companies opportunity to put together a quality package for us. So that's where we are with that one. But certainly looking for a blessing before we go forward, because this will, in many ways, financially obligate us to make a decision as to which way we want to move forward. So, and it has pretty robust language in this, 36 pages contract language.
And this is budgeted, and it's also called for in our new strategic plan.
I'm just curious, do we have any idea of the scope and number of respondents we're anticipating?
We do know we have 2 companies who have spoken with us, and we've asked them, cool your jets, so to speak. We'll get some information out to you, so we will actually reach out to them directly when we put it public. We will post this in the newspaper, Roanoke Times, our webpage, obviously, some local entities, publications.
The News Journal and the Patriot.
Okay, so, and then we have the right to say, hey, this is out there. If you're interested, feel free to go forward with it. So if anyone else knows something, you can do a lot of word of mouth that way. We actually put the information on our webpage so that we can control what information is up there. Excuse me.
Can you speak really quickly to the ADA audit that's in place right now?
Yeah, back in January of last year, Commonwealth of Virginia changed some of the requirements about when we needed to assess building facilities for ADA requirements. There was, as sometimes happens, the language in those laws was not real clear, where things were being funded from and what the timelines were, and then a timeline showed up of November 1st. So we had from January, took till about June to get clarification as what was happening, and needed to get everything completed by November 1st. That was not a realistic timeline, and the state understood that. So we have done everything in our due diligence to say what our timeline would be. We have a third-party contractor who is on site literally right at the high school right now, because it's empty and he can get around and take assessments of our building, to evaluate and tell us things we didn't know enough to know about what we need to correct to come in ADA compliance. And it is wide scope piece. He's doing all the internal things, going in the classrooms today, and last night as well too, while there's no students in there, so we're not disrupting instruction. I expect he'll probably be on campus until Friday, so it's pretty comprehensive. Right now, our highest need was at the high school, Dalton Intermediate campus, because those buildings have not been renovated completely for some time. But we hope to have a recommendation very similar to the needs assessment to see what we need to do moving forward and what's within our scope budgetary wise to move forward. So the more information we have, the better decisions we can make. That's really what it is. And that will put us back in compliance with the state as well too, which we're technically not out of either.
Okay. We know that ADA compliance is top of mind for a lot of folks, and it is for us, but we have to start someplace. And this is where we'll start with an audit and see what priorities float to the top and go from there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to let you guys know that our proposed 2026 school board meeting calendar will be discussed and approved at our next meeting. That's when we'll jot down in pencil, probably, the meeting schedule for 2026. So be thinking about that, if you like the day, if you like the time. If you want to see something changed, that's when we'll discuss it. Our winter holiday schedule coming up, we will be closed. Offices and schools will be closed December 22nd through January the 2nd. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. And now, if you don't mind, Mr. Dye, we'll pull up the enrollment report. So we reached the 1,600 mark since our last meeting. I was very excited to see that we're at 1,603 for our residential in-person students. Our virtual students are steady at 1,432 for an overall membership of 3,035 students. With budget time coming up, that'll become a very important number. Okay, attendance report. And this is from Ms. Wright, our warning letters. McCarg, 1, a couple at Bell Heath, 1 and 3 at one at Dalton and 3 at the high school. School-based meetings, those start to tick up this time of year. And then some formal attendance meetings, and those will be followed by court dates, or not. Hopefully they'll be followed by some attendance improvement. Weekly attendance report from 11:17 to 11:25. Actually, we haven't been in school very much since then, so it's pretty accurate. But our overall year-to-date attendance for the division is right at 95.5%. That's very impressive. And then Bell Heath is ahead in the year-to-date attendance challenge. Isn't that right, Cole? All right, thank you, Mr. Dye. All right, you'll just click on that link, thank you. Okay, our November of 2025 for McCarg, down by double digits. Very nice, both from year-to-date and month-to-month. For Bell Heath, another decline year-to-date and year-to-year and month-to-month. Thank you. Dalton Intermediate, a decline again from month-to-month and year-to-year. And Radford High School, another decline. Very good work by our teachers and administrators at all 4 schools. Again, at the high school, a decline year-to-year and month-to-month. Questions about our enrollment, our attendance, and our behaviors? Okay, pretty good numbers. All right, that's all I have. Mrs. Boyd, thank you.
Okay. This evening, we want to welcome Ellie Steele, who is going to take Cole Martin's place, giving us our report from the high school.
Turn this thing on.
Push a button.
Oh, I think you're on.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So we've wrapped up fall sports as of now. We had some very successful innings, as you guys saw earlier in the meeting today. And then for winter sports, everyone's kind of kicking off their seasons. Things are starting off really well for basketball, wrestling, track, and swim. Additionally, this week and even tonight, the RHS Choir and Band are both hosting their annual winter concerts. So I'm pretty sure the choir one's happening probably right now, and then band is happening tomorrow. So it's very great. They've been working very hard all semester to perfect those music pieces. As for at the school, even though we're rounding out the semester, there's still new things going on. We had our first club day recently, which is kind of earlier in the semester, students signed up for the kind of club that they wanted to participate in, maybe their top 3, and then they got to participate in those recently. And it was a great way for students to meet other students, make new connections, and even find new extracurricular activities, because some of those clubs do extend into the extracurricular space. Within the club atmosphere, we also had the National Honor Society induct its new members. They had over 30 inductees committed to excellence in service this year, which is really amazing. And then as for academics, although we had a few snow days that pushed things around, we're still finishing the year off strong with SOLs. Everyone seems to be ready for our new block schedule. It's the first time we've ever transitioned into new classes for the next semester, but I think it should go smoothly. And overall, everyone's looking forward to the break. So, yeah.
Thank you, Ellie. We appreciate your report. In an effort to kind of help everybody get where they need to go, we're going to kind of dispense with other board member reports. I do want to present a certificate to Ms. Jane Swing to recognize her as serving as our delegate in the 2025 VSBA Delegate Assembly. So there you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I also want to thank the RHS Foundation. I have a list here of many grants that were funded by their monies, and to the total of maybe almost $20,000 altogether. And so some exciting things will be possible because of that funding. Personal story, I was looking at these grants and I saw Rebecca Kaufman at the high school wanted a chomp saw. And I just had to look on Amazon, what is a chomp saw? Well, now my grandson's getting one for Christmas. So anyway, it's always exciting for teachers to have their passion, their project funded like this. We thank them. And I guess that's it. Anything else? So the date for our next regular, which will also be our organizational board meeting, is January 13th at 6 o'clock right here at the school administration building. And in the meantime, did I forget something? Oh, golly, man, I was in such a...
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, all right,
Get to the
sorry.
backgrounds.
All right. Proposed change to the 25-26 transportation scale as presented by Mr. Graham. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
And a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. All right, let me repeat myself. Our next regular organizational meeting is January 13th at 6 o'clock. That'll be 2026, of course, right here. And in the meantime, we wish you all a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next year. Meeting adjourned.